computer. All right. Hey, guys. Thanks, everybody, for being on the call tonight. We are being joined by Katie Fleischer's team, Team Fly. And tonight I wanted to go over something that I think hopefully is valuable to you guys. What we're going to do is I had you bring along the next 6 or 7 months worth of a calendar and 6 different colored pens. What we're going to do tonight is talk about actually executing for the next 7 months or so. You all know you can read as much personal development as possible. You can listen to all the podcasts and webinars that are out there. But if you're not actually putting anything into implementation, if you're not actually implementing anything or executing anything, what good does it really do you? So I know that, with this business comes a lot of planning and things like that, or at least we should be planners in this business if we're really treating it like a true business. But that being said, even myself, when I was a new coach, I found I would get my planner out and plan for the next month's challenge group, things like that. And then I kind of just waited for it to pop up on my calendar. I didn't really do anything else with it. Who's waving? Nobody. Oh, is it Poppy? No. Okay. Okay. So what I want to do is share with you guys a system. Have you create your own schedule and calendar for the next 6 or 7 months, and then we will execute. So everybody everybody's already in a challenge group for January. Everybody's already started one because we all took part in the health bet that started on the 9th. So really what we're going to do is go ahead and plan February. But what I need both of them because I want you to see how it's going to work. And you're going to need January to pre-plan a little bit of February. So a lot of people run groups like the first week of the month. Some people run in the second week of the month. That way they can make sure they have hit Success Club. My goal for everybody on my team what I like for them to go for is you hit Success Club 5 or 10 by the 15th of the month. Hopefully 5 by the 5th, 10 by the 10th. And then the rest of the month, you focus on your team and dive in and help them getting it. So what that means for me is right now I'm helping you guys hopefully get to Success Club by the end of January and have a killer challenge group for February and so on and so. So look at your January and February calendar. You're going to pick one pen color for each month. So for February, I picked red. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick a date that your challenge group for February is going to open. Now, what I was saying about how everybody picks them usually the first or second Monday of the month, I've already looked at a lot of this stuff, and I like to really plan around when people are going to tell me they can't do something. So hopefully you guys go with this, but if you want to do something totally different, that's fine with you. So I open mine on February 6th. So that's how I'm going forward. The first Monday of every month, I will be opening a group. So what I want you to do is go into every calendar from February on to July, because I'm going to help you through Summit too. And put in, so February's one color, the first Monday of the month, right, challenge group opens. March, a different color, the first Monday in March, challenge group opens, and so on and so forth. And if you have a question, pop it in the chat and I'll answer as we go. But that should be real quick. I need a bigger desk. Okay, so if you're still doing that, that's okay. But you're going to still use that same color. That's going to be your color for the whole month. So if we go back and we look, I went a step ahead. So once you got to June and you did the first Monday in June, so I said, remember, first Monday in June. Well, first Monday in July is July 3rd. So not really many people are probably going to be doing much that week because it's 4th of July week. So I'm starting mine actually the 17th because it's 4th of July week and then it's Summit. So I'm going to start it when I get back from Summit. So the 17th. It would be, I mean, for all of us going to Summit, I think it's more important that you all worry about soaking up what's there and being there in the moment than worrying about at home and getting a challenge group filled. So that's why I want to make sure you have like ample time there. Okay, so those are the dates your challenge groups are like officially going to open, like day one for everybody, hit the ground running with their program or whatever. Then what we're going to do is you're going to use that same color for each month. And what I did was I picked a specific day, which in the week where I'm going to plan my posts and schedule them for the for that challenge group. So for instance, pick a day that's going to work for you, but it has to be obviously before the challenge group opens for day one. But for instance, like Fridays are not really a big day where people are into really like, they're just ready and checked out to go to the weekend. So I either plan my posts on Friday or I plan my posts on Sunday during like nap time or pretty much nap time. Yeah. So if you don't have a nap time that you can use, figure out another time on Sunday, whether it's getting up an hour early, staying up an hour later, write in there that you're going to be planning posts, like write that on the calendar. Preseason. So do you mean like a prep week? Yes, I'm going to get to that.
So the day before the challenge group opens, you schedule your post for the whole month?
So I either do the Friday or the Sunday before because what I do is typically, okay, so let me retract for a second. We're talking, and you guys are asking about a prep week. So we open on the 6th for day one. About 6 to 7 days before that, you want to actually open the group on your app, on your challenge tracker app or Facebook, whichever you're going with, and you want to start doing prep work for the week. So, I mean, really, I don't think that they need a whole week, and I think that kind of gets people like, they're like, oh, let's just get started. So on the Wednesday before every group is going to open is when I open the group on the app, and then when I start uploading like prep things, like a how to meal prep, pantry raid. I'll upload a sample meal plan. I'll have them go into BOD and I'll have them actually watch the meal prep videos, the 2 meal prep videos from Autumn about meal prepping, because they're like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, and it's way better than I can do. Plus, they're seeing what other value is on BOD. So the Wednesday before, you're going to open your group on your app or your Facebook, get it all set up. You're going to start adding people, and you're going to be prepping them that rest of the week. Does that make sense? Leading into the first day, that first Monday of the month. Carrie, my current challenge group is running through March 5th. Okay, so that's fine, but let's do this. Let's plan each month. Don't worry about when you're in right now ends. That's fine. Okay, so does anybody need me to go over the first 3 things? Opening the group, prep week, planning posts, and challenge group opening. So you're writing them on the calendar. So this is what my first week looks like in February. Wednesday the 1st, I have a note to open the group in the app, to do prep, and then on the 5th, I'm going to plan my posts. And so it's up to you. If you think you can get yourself back to the computer for a good like hour or two to plan posts, then don't do the whole month, do like 2 weeks. Or if you're alternating with another coach that you're running the group with, just make sure your week is set up and plan for that. But I think that, planning from there out is really going to like save your butt. You can always go in and add more content and add more value. Yes. And in the app, that's amazing. You can just go to any groups you've ever had and copy it right over. So it's so much easier just with the click of a button. You don't have to like highlight the whole text and transfer it from one place to the other. So that's super valuable. And that is a like huge win or huge plus for me in using the app over Facebook. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is you've got people in your group, you've got them prepped, you've got them going on day one for that month. So you've done February through July. Now what we need to talk about, this is the hard part for people, is actually making all that happen. So when do you talk about these things? When do you start like advertising, hard sell, soft sell sort of thing? So if you have a like page, I've heard this from some of the other coaches in the network, and I mean, they do it on a like page, but if you don't have a like page, I feel like you really should get one. My upline told me to get one when I was like, I don't know, almost a year into the business, and I went to the Platinum Edge with Christine Dwyer. They told me there to get one, and I didn't because I was like, I'm not really that, I don't have anything. I'm not like a popular person. Like, what right do I have running like an official page? But then I went back to Platinum Edge a year later. I had a like page for about 6 months. And it was really then that I was like kicking myself. And I was like, they're so right. If I had just been building my brand along all that time on my like page at the same time as sharing to my personal, like I'd definitely be somewhat farther because there's still more people out there that you're never going to friend through your people you may know tab that are going to see your like page instead of your personal. So if you don't have a like page, you should think about it, because what I'm talking about now is putting up posts to attract your advertising posts. So you want to give people typically like 7 days to, you really want to give people like 7 days before you open the group in the app or on Facebook to like enroll, let's say. And here's the thing with that. You want to make it like specific, and you want to make it flashy and like standing out, like enrollment open, my next group open, like something like that. And then on the last day of enrollment, you're going to be like final call, like on a picture or something. But that's why a like page is good for those specific like posts like that. I've put them on my personal page before too, and it's fine. But you just have to think about what you're more comfortable with. So let me see, what was I going to say? You want to give them about 7 days of this like enrollment time, because here's the thing, guys, you do want to have like some urgency in your business. You don't want people to just be like lollygagging all through the month. Like, I'm going to order. Then they don't order for February's challenge group in time when you start on the 6th, and they order like February. They don't order till that first week of February. And then they don't get their stuff till like almost the second, third week of February. And then they already missed all your February challenge group. So I would say try to start getting into the habit with people like that you either they're going to have to enroll the 6 to 7 days prior to your opening of the group on Facebook or in your app, or you're going to tell them you will keep them on your list and you will contact them next month when open enrollment is open again for your March group, which looking forward to having them in, you want them in, but you want to be able to them to get the whole value, and you don't want them to come into a group that's already like half the way through, or even a week through sometimes can really throw people off and make them feel behind. Then you're going to get the people who still want to order, and that's fine. Don't ever tell someone they can't order. Like, just have them order, but make sure they know that officially they'll go into your next month's challenge group and start prep week and day one with you. I think that's more valuable than them joining halfway through and missing out, and then you having to go back and like tag them in things and all of that. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do is the dates that you wrote on your calendar, open the group in your app and prep. You're going to count back like 6 or 7 days, and it's going to go into the month prior's calendar. So you're going to still carry over that like red pen from February or whatever pen you chose for February. And you're going to write enrollment starts, enrollment ends. So for instance, for example, you can see this here. For example, you can see here, this is January. Here's February 1st. So I go backwards to the 6th or 7th day. And I'm going to officially call this my enrollment period. So when I'm talking to people, like, this is when you have to order and enroll to get into the February 6th challenge group. So put that in, then go to for your February group. It's going to actually be in the January calendar, but in your February color. I know this is like confusing, but I promise it's going to work out. Same thing for March. So take your March color, count back 6 to 7 days into February, and write enrollment starts, enrollment ends. So you can see for my February, yeah, I could do that too. But you can see for February, I have enrollment starts, enrollment ends, and that's like March 1st. Here's my theory on why I picked those dates, because like I said, I like going into the month, the first few days of the month, already hitting Success Club. So if I'm doing this enrollment, this official enrollment at the end of the month, and I have stragglers, that are ordering that last day or the last day, and it turns out to be the first day or the second day of the new month, that's points for the next month, which is great. So you're always trying to stay ahead in the game. You don't want to wait and just be like, oh, I have 30 days until I have to hit Success Club again. Okay, so did anybody have, let me see. Okay. Well, I would just say that the last day to order is the last, like when enrollment closes. So if enrollment closes for your March group, your March challenge group opens March 6th, your enrollment ends Wednesday the 1st. I would say I would take any orders that come in till that day. I mean, somebody sneaks in on the 2nd, throw them in. They can hop on BOD quickly and wait for their Shaco. But I'm trying to instill in you guys that this is a business, and that it's not just something that you want people to just, oh, she can throw me in whenever. Like, she'll answer my message here whenever. She'll do this whenever. It's just like a hobby. No, like, this is a business. You should like have official set hours that you work on your business. You should have official standards for people. Because think about it this way. If you were not an online health and fitness business, and you worked at a gym, or you were a personal trainer at Lifetime Fitness or whatever, and you did the 6-week boot camps that they offer, would you let someone walk in and join in the 3rd week and register? No, you would say that session is closed and they have to wait till the next session because they missed enrollment. And really, you're doing them a service. Like I said, you don't want them to miss out on weeks 1 through 3 of that boot camp. Just like anything else, you register your kids for soccer, swimming, whatever. You can't really start in the middle of the session. You can, but Don't you feel like you missed out on something? I would. Okay. So did that help, Sarah? I think so. Okay. Did everybody put in their enrollment dates? Everybody's good? Okay. Yep. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is, did their enrollment dates? Okay. The next thing that we're going to talk about is, so now you have posted about your challenge group, you have that window of when, and so in that window, you're posting like hard sell. And it's going to be like a busy week. That's when you're going to be doing like your straight up inviting to anybody you've been talking to throughout the month, forming and connecting with. So that week, you're going to be a little bit busier, but it's going to make sense. And the rest of the month, you are still inviting, which I like to call connecting instead, but you're not going to be like hard selling them like, hey, I've got this challenge group. We do this, this, and that. Do you think you might be interested in joining me? It starts on February 6th. You're not going to be doing that all throughout the month. Those are just going to be saved for that week. And you're going to go to people that you've already formed and connected with. Okay, so you're doing that. You're opening the group. You prep the group. You plan your posts because you want to have it all set up for people. You open day one, and then everybody hits the ground running. I like to suggest to my coaches, and it's something that I started doing not until I was like probably 6 months into coaching, 7 months. And this is probably a huge fail. You probably all already do this, but personally check in, have one day a week where you personally check in with all of your brand new challengers. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So for instance, in February, I picked Fridays to check in. So I wrote on February 10th, check in, 17th, check in, 24th, check in, March 3rd, check in, all in my red pen. So the whole month of anything that pertains to the February challenge group is one color, even if it rolls back into January. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so you want to check in with definitely any of your brand new, Success Club points. I don't like to call them that, but brand new people that bought like a challenge pack, Shakeology HD, signed up for All Access BOD, a year of Beachbody On Demand, whatever. You can check in with all of them, all your people, or just those people. But for, I think, the bigger groups you have, definitely make sure you're checking in with those newbies once a week. And then, I'm sure that if you have coaches in your challenge group, you're probably talking to them like on the side or within the team page anyway. So that's why I don't really like send them weekly check-ins on their like health and fitness progress, because I'm still keeping up with them all the time anyway. So schedule those in for your months all the way through to July. And when you get to July, you should actually see that since we are not starting until the 17th, that your last check-in is going to be the first week of August, which is fine. Okay, so you're checking in with your people. You are getting them results, keeping them sticking to their programs, keeping them engaged. And then what do you do when you have the people getting results and loving Shakeology because it's helping them, loving their workouts? You ask them to coach. So this is where I think it's a good idea. And our best coaches come from our challenge groups. I think we all know that, or they come from being a challenger. So you're really kind of combing through your challenge group this third week in, or this is the week I picked to do it, but the third week of the challenge group, you're really kind of combing through and finding the people that you think would legitimately make a great coach on your team. And that is when you are going to message them on that third check-in and also bring up the coaching thing in whatever concept it relates to them. So if someone's super motivating, they're pumping up other people in the group, you know, I would message them and I'd say, hey, Maria, I love all your motivations going on. You are kicking ass, girlfriend. You are doing amazing. I know we've talked about it before, but every time we have a new challenge group, like literally you are rocking it and you are helping so many people. Think about coaching anymore? Have you thought about it? Or have you ever thought about it if you've never talked to that person about it before? And see what they say. So you can get some coaching. Your coaching invites should be from your challenge group itself. Sorry. Okay, so on your third week of every group, put a little star. And that little star is going to be that you're asking people within your challenge group about the coaching opportunity. You're going to be inviting them to that. And then, while you guys are doing that, okay. Does anybody, how many people run on their own coaching opportunity calls, or anybody? Like, who runs it for you? Your upline? Nobody? Yes? Okay. So here's the thing. I pretty much run them for my downline, and I have no problem doing that. So what I would do at that point when you're checking in with those people, asking them about coaching and talking about it with them, ask your upline when, like, there should be a coaching opportunity call somewhere in that month that you can invite them to. So typically, I have scheduled all of mine for that fourth week of the challenge group on a Tuesday, because I do my team calls on Monday nights now. Tuesday nights are pretty much free. So it's one Tuesday night a month that I'm going to be doing a coaching opportunity call. And they're scary as shit. They are uncomfortable. But until you do one and take part in one as a team, you don't realize like how simple they actually are, because you're just talking about what you love to do. So we have done on my team a couple things. So I'll share for Team Fly. We've done ones where we do a Zoom like this and everybody gets a link and we come on. We've done one where I go like on YouTube, like live. And then we do, most recently we were doing at the end of the year, the Facebook groups, and we were just like one group and we were going live in it. And we were keeping that link, and anytime we posted about the coaching opportunity, we put that link in our first comments of that post below. So people could just join, because people don't want to drop emails. People don't want to like send you a message. They just want to go in and like see it for themselves and not like have skin in the game just yet. They just kind of want to be nosy. So just, get the group or whatever, the link from whoever your upline is or whoever's running the call, and put it in your post. But then when we went live, we each did like 5-minute snippets. Carrie did it, Ashley did it, other Carrie did it, Kyla did it. Actually, all of us who were on here did it. We just all went live for like 5 minutes each on a different topic. I just gave everybody a different topic and we talked about it. But it's super basic when you do, like, you should keep it super, super basic when you do a coaching opportunity call or whatever. Let me tell you what I kind of talk about real quick. Okay, so when you're doing this coaching event, you just go live. And so what we're going to do is we're going to live in the page no longer than like 30 minutes. People kind of check out. What are you doing there? You share. What are we doing there? We share our journeys on social media. So we tell them about that. We do our workouts. What do we do as coaches? Share on social media, workouts, Shaco. we talk to people, and we run groups. That is all you really have to say. Like, obviously a little bit longer than I did in 2 seconds, but that's really it. What is coaching? What do we do? Why do you love it? Tell your people on there why you love it. Like, let them know. And how you earn money. So I know a lot of people can get caught up in explaining all of this. Simple. This is all you have to say. There's 2 ways to make money in this business. One is through direct sales. You get 25% commission on anything you sell. And then when you sell challenge packs, the commissions are more. For instance, our Beachbody All Access On Demand is a $70 commission. Second way you can make money is once you have challenge groups and you have challengers getting results and you bring coaches onto your team and they start paying it forward to other people, you can earn bonuses from the team like that. And that's all you have to say. You don't have to get into anything else. Talk about how to sign up as a coach, whether they sign up just paying the $40 fee or they sign up with, Recover and they pay the $40 fee, or a challenge pack and they get the $40 waived. That's all I got to say. So those are the kinds of things that we go over in our group, but it's really not too in depth because you really just want to be sharing little bits of information and like a glimpse into what you do. Okay. So you have that you're going to ask on the 3rd week or you're going to talk to people about who are interested in coaching. You are going to get them in your coaches or your upline or whoever you're partnering with, their coaching opportunity call, which for me, I said I was going to do them the last Tuesday of every month going forward out to July. So you write that down in your notes or in your calendar. And then let's see. The other thing that I wanted to kind of get you guys scheduling is free groups. I don't know how many people run them or do them or whatnot, but when I started as a coach in February of 2015, my coach, she just said to me, all you have to do is 2 things. Be consistent and give this business 12 months and run a group every month, a challenge group and a free group. And I did that. And I think if I did not be consistent with that and stick with that, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have ever, given this business the commitment and the work it deserves. So what I want you to think about is free groups only have to be 3 to 5 days. I've had coaches in our team run them for 30 days or be afraid to run, groups where they have people buy things and they're putting them in like a 30-day free group, and it's so much work. And I've never done a 30-day group, but somehow they've wanted to and they've done it. And then they're like, yeah, never should have done that. So only 3 to 5 days should your free groups ever be. And what can you do in your free groups? There's all sorts of things. Like, it doesn't even have to be related to Beachbody. Like, literally, I know there's one coach out there in the network who, if you go to her page, that one thing that she's obsessed with is peanut butter. And one of her free groups, like, all the time is how to incorporate, like, peanut butter into, like, every recipe. And it's just, like, 4 days of, like, just recipes with peanut butter and fun and connecting. And that's it. Like, it's just to make connections. You can do, but there are all sorts of things you can do. You can do like, a bod one for 3 or 4 days. You can do a meal planning group, like how to meal plan, like each day, give them a tip. Show them like you meal planning one day, like how you do it. What do? You go through your pantry, you go through your fridge and your freezer, and you figure out you guys know how to meal plan. I don't need to say that. Cleaning out your fridge. Another one that's not free, but I think is really important is, I don't do it for free, is like a Shaco, like a 3-day Shaco run or something. Because people do want to try it and they'd rather just send you like $15 or $20 than, buy the whole bag. If you have people, you should have people trying Shaco all the time. So if you have samples from like your box or a spouse's box or whatever, or you're ordering samples, I sell them for $5 when I do those groups, and then I ship them out. So like 3 for 15 or 4 for 20, whatever. But those groups do well. So those are ideas. So your free groups, you want to schedule them prior to enrollment for your next group. So for instance, next group, February 6th, enrollment is January 26th to the 1st. You want to have your free group running like that Monday. So what I plan to do for the rest of the year, I've always done 5-day groups, and I feel like by Thursday or Friday, people are checking out. So I'm actually going to do something totally different this year, and all my free groups are going to be 3 days. That's it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then that way, when my free group for January 23rd, 24th, 25th ends on the 25th, and I, get final results from people Thursday morning and check-ins and things, I can let them know that my enrollment for my actual next group is starting today. And if it's something they want to jump into, here's what they're going to get. They're going to get 30 days of Beachbody On Demand, or, not even anymore, the whole 12 months of it. They're going to get 30 days of Shakeology. They're going to get, my coaching, the accountability, the one-on-one for a whole month. Actually, I don't even say for a whole month anymore. I say forever, because it is true. Regardless of whether these people are staying on Shaco or, canceling BOD next month or whatever, we should really, you're their coach for life. They entrusted you for a reason. So don't just give up on them because they stopped putting money in your bank. Like, if you have that as your focus, the money going into your bank, it's really going to make your business tank. You will honestly make more money when you have money be the furthest thing from your brain in this. I swear. Okay, so go into each month and write down that your free group is going to be some 3 to 5 day period before your enrollment. So my January free group is January 23rd to the 25th, and I use my January color. My February one is February 20th to the 22nd, and it's in my February red color, and my March enrollment is on the 23rd. I know the colors are weird, and I'm not typically a colored pen person, but this actually makes sense now that I'm looking at it multiple times. Okay, let's see. Sorry, Samantha, I didn't see this question. If they're near their next bag of Shaco, do you offer them the discount even if it's not week 3 of your group yet? Okay, so yeah, week 3, when you are checking in and you have that star to ask people about the coaching opportunity, you're also asking them, at that point, if they want to get, remind them that they're getting their Shaco again. So yeah, if they're near their next bag, yeah, well, I know it's kind of scary if it's supposed to ship earlier. I just always check in with them. Beachbody sends them out the email now like 5 days ahead of time. I check in with them like 7 or 8 days ahead of time because I don't want them getting that email before they hear from me. Okay, sorry. And then here's the other thing too. It's totally up to you guys whether you need to figure out for yourself, do you want to offer them to sign up for the discount, or do you want to just keep them as a customer and get that $32 every month, rather than maybe the $14 in cycle bonus as an Emerald, or 16 or 18. And the reason I say that is, well, there's kind of a couple reasons. I've had people sign up I've gone at it both ways. I've had people sign up where I'm like, okay, they buy a challenge pack. Next month, they're just going to sign up straight with the coaching discount. Like they're going to cancel that challenge pack, sign up with a new challenge pack, get the coaching discount on board. And then, they're there for like a month or two and then they fall off. And it's okay that they fall off. But what's not okay is that like I'm having these people hold a rank or something for me when really like they should be getting results. I should be working with them as a challenger as much as possible first, making sure that every day they're doing what they need to do to be committed and succeed. And I'm not turning them over into a coach until I know they actually want to coach. Because for one thing, like I said, then you have people just falling off. They like stop. They're not into it for that long. They might be getting results, but maybe they just want to stop for some reason. And then you're down a coach on one side. You drop diamond, you drop emerald or whatever. So there's a whole rank thing to worry about. But also, I've in the past had other people offer the discount to their customers, and then they're not really coaching. And then you have these coaches signed up, and then they're like, I want to switch to you. Like you run groups all the time. Like you're actually doing this. Like my coach, she just like sold me a bag of Shaco for whatever, and I signed up. And then they can't switch because they're a coach. They can't switch for like 6 months, and that like sucks. So it sucks for them and you, because then they want to work with you, but do you want them to miss out on the 25% and have them cancel and go back to a customer? So I think you have to decide what is important to you. I've done it multiple ways and I failed multiple ways. So you just have to figure out what works. Okay. So everybody's scheduled in their free groups. Then I just want you to schedule in when you're going to post about those free groups. So for free groups, I don't think you need to be posting like all month for them. You just really need to throw it out there like 2 times the week before. And people jump at free. So if you're like, free group next week for, make it valuable. But next week's free group is going to be about meal prep. It's going to start on Monday. Anybody interested in joining me? It doesn't have to be this thing that they're like thinking about for like 3 weeks. So go in and write on your calendars the week before your free group that 2 days that week, you're going to make a free group post. So like mine, I typically do my call to action ones like on Tuesday night and Thursday night. Yes, I'm going to hop into that next. Okay, so I'm going to switch gears for a second, and I will, somehow I'll get these scanned into the computer. Sometimes my scanner works when it wants to. And I'll like post February and March. I'll post January, February, March, and then I'll make sure Katie has it for her team too. That way you can actually see. But did you guys get to fill in mostly everything, you think? Or you got the gist of it at least? Okay, good. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go into my like page and share how I do events. You can create an event. Can you create an event on your personal page? Yeah, right? Anybody can create an event. Yeah, okay. So anybody can create an event. However, I like to create events on my personal or my like page, and I think that's another factor in everyone starting one, like you should, because you create the events on your like page, and then that's where you can feed everyone into to like invite them to your actual groups and stuff like that. I just think your like page has more not more credibility, not that you don't have credibility. It just is more official. And people want like the official coach that's going to get them results, the official coach that's, this is their job. They're working this business. They don't, necessarily want the dabbler coach who is all over the place or just disorganized. So I just like to keep all my events on my like page. Okay, so let's go into here. I never did events before I went on one of the trips, Platinum Edge. Katie's team isn't in that downline, but it's just a big conference for like half the network because it's run by Christine Dwyer, who's one of the top coaches. Can you guys see my like page? Okay. So I went to this event she had, and I met a girl there, and I was like telling her how I'd been a coach for like 10 months, and the first 6 months were super easy. People were coming to me, and now I'm just kind of like stuck. I was still hitting Success Club because that is just like my non-negotiable, but I was just stuck. Like I wasn't growing more. And she was telling me that she was hitting like 10, 20, 15, like every month. And I was like, well, what the heck are you doing? So she told me about events. And ever since I started doing them, they legitimately have like increased my business. If you're going to do an event, you have to actually put work into it. So I'm going to take you guys into my Core de Force event that you guys can actually go to my page and look at these whenever. But here is the event that I started for Core de Force before it came out. So you can see that I started the event on October 31st. Isn't that when Core de Force came out? And it was like for a week, just a week to like talk and prep. This is only where I was going to like tell people about the program, advertise it, all of that. So I made this event and put in like, what we were going to do. But here's the thing. Most people just stop there. And then they just like share this link and like it goes around some people's feeds and that's about it. You can't stop there if you really want to get the most out of your event. So you can see that I had 27 people that went. Now, not all 27 people were challenge pack orders. So it's not like I had like a, ridiculous amount of Success Club points that month, but some were people who were continuing on Shaco HD. Some were people who were new challenge packs, coaches, whatever. But you can invite anybody you want to these. So you can hit invite, and it'll bring up, you can go into any groups you've ever hosted. So what I do is I go into all my old challenge groups that I have up still, and I just click on all the people that I know would want to go into the next group, and I send them invites. Then I invite other people that I've been talking to and forming all month, or however long, where health and fitness has come up in a conversation. So not just somebody that I messaged the other day, happy birthday, how are you? Talking about our kiddos being sick. I didn't just add them to this event. I'm particular with it. Like I wouldn't add that person to it until I got to that point in the conversation with them about like health and fitness of some sort. Okay. But here's the thing that, like I said, where most people stop. Most people stop there. What you need to do is you need to put a little bit of work into your event. You need to treat it like a rolling, like a trailer for a movie. The more people see, like the more they're going to want to go to it. Or, just like if a new restaurant is opening up and you see all the posts come up about it and all that, like the more you see it, the more you're going to want to go. So you can see here, I just did different things. Like this one was for Core de Force. So I talked about how when I got my box, I was going to do like a launch party on Zoom and go over everything with everybody. I just shared some different Core de Force videos, how you could order it. So like Core de Force at the time, you could order it digital download challenge pack or the regular. So I thought that was important. This is awfully helpful in an event. when you do a giveaway. So I said to the first 3 people who order by whatever, you can pick from what I have here. And it's just my collection of like random Beachbody stuff. And I think that's where I had like 3 people, I had like 4 people sign up that night because it's like good stuff. Then let's see, just more motivation things, 2 days to launch. Boot camp starts 11/7. Who's in, share some recipes. So this came from the quarter force meal plan. So they're getting tastes of everything. They're getting an idea of what to expect. They're not just, seeing your one post that you tried the sneak peek that came out on BOD back in September and going off of that. Informational stuff, giveaway, let's see. And then that day it was just all talk about, when the link was going live. This was just to keep people like apprised of it all. So I do that for mostly everything I do now. I'm going to keep doing that. Let's see. I want to join your challenge group stuff. That's funny. Okay, let me show you one more real quick because this one was helpful and so was my New Year's one that I did. And I just want to show you like how I kind of did the same thing there. So let's see, Beachbody Health Bet. So this was for my New Year's one. You guys are funny. Okay, so again, I opened this event before, like obviously you wanted people to start seeing things before the start date. So we started the health bet on January 9th. So I opened this a few days after Christmas. I told them what it was going to be about. It's a lot there, but I told them what it's going to be about. I feel like the more info you give them, it's just easier. You can see here, I went a little wild and I invited a lot of people, but that's okay. I once had a mentor tell me to legitimately go and invite your entire friends list. What do you have to lose? People are going to like just say they can't go or they're not interested. It's up to you. I've never done that, but I did go more crazy with this one. I mean, I have 1,500 friends now, so I don't think 239 invites is too much. You guys are funny. Stop it. So this played a big part into why I am at Success Club 17 right now. But here's the thing, guys. I hit Success Club 17 like the second day of the month, and I haven't moved since. So don't look at that and think like, that's awesome. Like she's a rock star. I'm really not. I haven't done anything for the last like week and a half, but now I'm diving into my team. Now I'm spending more time on hoping to help them hit Success Club and, run their groups and set their groups up and things like that. Because that's my goal, to have a team who can duplicate what I do. It's not to hit Success Club 17 every month and just work off those commissions. Okay, so here was the New Year's one that I did. What I did there, which was really helpful, I started with some before and afters from a past challenge group, which was nice for people to see. I just shared some PD in there, like a little bit of motivation. A lot of people liked that one. Actually, you guys can go in and steal that for anything. And then I went in live a couple times in this one, which was a lot more helpful because I like to just go in live and start talking about things rather than having to think about it and write it down. Actually, this is a great idea you guys could take and run. You can move your BOD anywhere. And so I just posted random pictures of wherever I've used BOD. So my beach, a hotel gym, Mexico, Nashville, a random dance studio, things like that. So, I told people all about it. Just more inspiration, that it's going live, some information, like I was trying to get people prepared. We did I ran like a little mini like sugar detox, just told them what to do in this event, not anywhere else. This was just me, like normal mom life. And I was just trying to like encourage them that you can do this anywhere you go. let's see, just other tips and motivation. I talked about PD because another thing that I am finding, like I said, your challengers are going to become your best coaches. So I think from the beginning, if you can talk about PD, that's really going to help you. And you don't need to tell them like, oh, hey, this is personal development. This is something we coaches do. No, I just talk about how like I read books now and how I listen to audiobooks, and they're like super motivating and helpful. And I've had my challengers now in the last month since I posted that one actually pick up, a lot of them have picked up the Pretty Happy book by Kate Hudson and are reading it. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So just like anything else you put out there, you advertise like Starbucks or Target, people go there. But this is actually beneficial, and it gets them like another gear ready into coaching. Okay, let's see. Okay, enough over there with the chat. I don't like all that. Okay, any questions at all? Like even not about what I talked about? I'm an open book. My team, friends, anyone?
That was super helpful.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Thank you. I'm not organized like that, but
Well, typically I'm not. And like I said in the beginning, I would just go by like month. Like right now I would look in February and I'd start planning. But I don't know. I feel like not just because it's a new year, not to be cliche, but I think if we follow this for the next 6 months, you will see consistency in your business. You will have a plan. You can now execute. You have a plan. You now just need to execute it.
right. So it's better to have like the group set up instead of like waiting to get to Success Club and then decide to start your challenge group.
Yes. And I can't, yeah. And that's something I think I was telling Katie the other day, or I don't know, somebody, but I never from the beginning went in and like, I was like, I don't have any new people yet for next month. That didn't matter. I had my next challenge group date set and I went with it. I didn't have all this other shit planned out, but I had my date set and I went with it, and I was starting a new challenge group on that day. If not for me and my mom, or not just for me and my mom, then, you know, whoever, maybe it was just me and her, but it was happening. So point is, like, if you say it's going to happen, just like that book, The Secret, that we all know and we love from this team, you say it's going to happen, you put it out there, it is going to happen. So you get your group set up for February 6th, you start talking about it, you know, hard selling that week of enrollment. You have your other posts throughout the month, sharing your journey, sharing about BOD, sharing about your Shaco, but of value, and you will have people in that group for February.
Hey, Megan.
Yes.
How do your free groups differ from your events?
Okay. So my free groups, good question. Okay. So in my free groups, like, I will legit give a meal plan. I will have people doing workouts with BOD. Like, I'll set up a schedule for them. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll say we're going to do PlyoFix, T25, cardio, I don't know what they're called, and then like chisel agility or something. So I'll legitimately give them like a plan to follow with BOD and a meal plan. And then, you know, a meal plan, I feel like everybody's like, you know, a meal plan is like, I don't know, they're over that or whatever. But that's why I try to put in like a specific thing. So whether it's talking about water, and our whole challenge is 3 days of just like getting in your water intake, checking in. I'll do prizes in there too. And you can just, I think you can just be more one-on-one with people, because people are in that group rather than just maybe seeing your event. Does that make sense? Like, you're actually putting people in this group rather than them just have been invited to an event and they maybe clicked on the post to see it or not. Like, they actually wanted to join this challenge.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm thinking about the events. I guess they're more kind of just like hyper-focused advertising and kind of like a glimpse of things.
Yeah.
and the free groups are more one-on-one.
Yeah. So, okay, let's look at it this way. Yeah. So more advertising. Like if we look at it this way, in my events, except for that like sugar detox thing, you didn't really see me talk too much about
She did say
your water, your portions, your what you should be eating, processed foods, like how to eat clean. You didn't see me like giving all those tidbits away.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's no, he's doing his workout. Oops, I'm on. Sorry, I didn't know I was unmuted.
Who is she talking to?
Sorry.
Carrie, so since your group ends in March, did you just make it a 60-day group?
Yeah, I did. I just made it a 60-day group.
Okay, and like what, you went into it telling the people, or like with the people knowing it was for 60 days and okay.
Yeah, that it ends March 5th.
Okay, well, so all you need to do, so anybody that's in a group, like say for January or December, I always give those people the option to roll into the next month. And like I said, they don't necessarily still have to be on Shaco or whatever, but I just feel like I'm still working with them. I'm not going to let them go. So here's what I would say. Like, I would say that the end date doesn't matter. Like if you told them it ends March 5th, I don't think that matters. I think you still plan to have a new group start in February.
Okay.
And you just keep you just move those people into it.
Gotcha.
So that makes sense. Because eventually, I mean, what most people are doing like 21, 30-day programs typically. So for the most part, they're going to eventually in February be starting another day one of something.
Yeah, I think the two challenges I have now are both in 60-day programs.
Oh, okay. Well, it's fine. But just put them in your new one.
Okay.
That way you actually would have more advanced people in there who know who have been posting, who know the gist of the group, and kind of, showing the newbies how it goes.
Okay.
And then you're not running two groups.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Sure. So that was a good point though. If your customer is doing a 60-day program or 90-day, that's fine. You don't have to think in your head, oh my God, I have to run like a 90-day program or a 90-day challenge group. No, like every month you're going to run a challenge group because every month you have to hit Success Club. So that's just like a non-negotiable. And so every month, these people, whoever started in January with like X3, they're just going to go into your February. They're just going to go into your March, and that's fine. Unless you have graduate groups, I can't get into them. I don't know. Does anybody on Katie's team have grad groups? Oh, yes. Okay. Maybe you guys are better with that, but I can't seem to get anybody to jive with that.
I have what I call my alumni group.
Okay.
So I do a new challenge group every month. One time I tried to run my challenge group in my alumni group, and it was very confusing. Someone does that on our team, our upline team, and I tried that to be like her, and no, that didn't work. But I do my monthly challenge group, and my challengers prefer the app, even though I do not prefer the app, so I do it in the app, begrudgingly. And then I add them before the group even starts to my alumni group, do an introduction to all the new people, like, hey, this is our group. That's where I tell them, like, I promote new thing, like when Quarter Force was coming out, I posted in there with Beachbody All Access. I said, if you're on demand, you need to message me on how to save money.
That's a good idea.
About that. Occasionally, sometimes I'm better about it. Like now that we're in the challenge group and I say my next challenge group starts on such and such a date, message me if you want to be included or post your email below. And about like half the people rejoin. So like my challenge group now is like 30 people in it.
Oh, good.
Sold 3 new challenge packs. Well, 4 new challenge packs last month. But for the alumni group, like I don't post as much when the group's going on because I'm not going to
Yeah.
overshare. But like if I need to go live to tell them something, I can't figure for the life of me how to go live in the app. I know there's a way with Google or something.
Don't worry, Carl's going to get that to us.
Yeah. I'll hold my breath. So no, I know he will. So I'll go live in the page, or like that's where I keep my like my fillable PDF meal plans and stuff, because you can't do PDFs in the app and stuff like that. No one wants to do that on their phone anyway. So like I'll keep that information in there, and it just reminds them. And then like you have people come out of the woodworks like 8 months later that you might have forgotten about because you're not really good at checking in with your challengers, and there they are.
No, I totally agree with you. And a lot of girls on my team have success with it. On my diamonds team, Molly, but I just have not. So what I typically end up doing is just rolling everybody over, and it's like one big group. And so like the end of the year, it was like, I don't know, 100 some people or so, but not everybody's posting, but it's like your alumni, like you're hoping that people come out of the woodwork. And I've had people say, like, I've had people message or pop in the group every now and then and be like, I know I haven't posted in like 3 months, but I want you guys to know I am watching, and it means a lot to me that you guys are still going. So you have to have some, whether it's an official alumni group or graduate group, or you just keep rolling everybody through. You have to do something with them to keep them engaged and at least keep you in their eyesight. Same scripts for every challenge group, or do you write new ones? I don't know. 2 years into this, and I feel like I have enough. I've done like probably 5 groups in the app now, so I feel like I'm just set there. And also, I go into the challenge group guides a lot in the back office, and I don't do just like the 21-day fix and pull it over. I'll just pull random ones from everyone over, and not cheesy ones, not ones that particularly pertain to a program, but ones that are super helpful, that, and super general but helpful. The only time I do brand new is if I'm like updating my like how to meal prep, why I love Shakeology, things like that, like little videos. I'll update those every now and then. But otherwise, not necessarily. And I don't have people say, oh, I just saw that. Like they don't remember. And I'll change pictures and stuff, but so, yep. Yes, that's the other thing too. If I see something in like our team page or upline page or anything like that, I'll just copy it for my next team. I mean, everybody shares in this team if you haven't, or on this whole network. So if you haven't gotten the drift of that yet and you are just trying to do way too much work, like you do not have to. Like you can, Melanie Mitro, top coach in the company, she gives away everything she does. So that right there tells you that there is enough room at the top for many more people. Like, and she's okay with that because there's so much room up there. So don't be afraid to just do what other people are doing that actually has worked. Okay, so that's it. I hope it was helpful for everybody. If you have any questions, let me know. Feel free. Let Katie know and she can tell me, or you can message me, and I will try my hardest to get like 3 months worth scanned into the computer and to her so you guys can see that too. And my team too. All right, guys? All right, I'll talk to everybody soon.
All right.
Good night. Thanks so much,
Thank you.
everybody, for hopping on.